Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we're continuing our 5-year rebuild series here on the YouTube channel. Today, we're doing the Northern Illinois Huskies. Now, I do not know a whole lot about Northern Illinois, but I do know they pulled the upset of the century by going into Notre Dame and beating them and put their title hopes in limbo. Notre Dame obviously would get to the national title in real life, but that's all I really know about NIU besides that they play in the MAC and they really have a Dutch. I don't know whole. I'm sorry, Northern Illinois. I just know you beat Notre Dame, upset the century. So hey, you guys got that now. Anyway, we're here to win them a natty. Right now, that's gonna be tough. They run the pro style. They have 4-2-5 defense. Right now, they're 77 offense, 76 defense. God, I can't speak tonight. So, let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is their roster. We have quarterback Ethan Hampton, and he's a junior. He's a 79. And then we really got no one else. We do have Josh, but he's a 60, no offense. Antonio Brown, senior running back Gavin Williams. Probably going to start Gavin Williams over him just for speed reasons. And then we really got no one else. Fullback, we have Brock Lampy. Receivers, we do have this freshman George. And then we have no one really else. Tight end, we have Grayson Barnes. Really got no depth. I mean, dude, I'm looking at... I went for this team offline. We have Evan Malcourt, J.J. Lipper. I mean, I was looking at this roster early. Nothing really sticks out to me on this team. There's no depth. We do have Rashawn Thomas there, 81. We have Kevin there. I mean, this roster's just not good. It's 59 and 51 at left out. It's just not good. There's no depth. Hey, Jaden Dolphin. I love that name. That's a cool name, man. And then, yeah, the corners are weak, too. I mean, we just don't have a lot of depth on this team. We don't have a lot of talent right now. But that is why, ladies and gentlemen, we need to get to recruiting. So we got to get to work. Let's get recruiting. Let's get some talent. Caleb Glover, committed. David Rosenboom, committed. Devontae Durham, committed. Chuck Merling, committed. Terrence Mon, committed. Sergio Massey, committed. Lamarcus Hagen, committed. Connor Ball OGH commits. Jonathan Durant committed. Robert Finger committed. Ladies and gentlemen, in our first year, we make the MAC championship. Let's go. We're taking on the 20th ranked Miami University. Let's go. Jadarius Rochelle committed. Deontay Berry committed. RJ Crisp commits. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Heisman Trophy winner is Jalen Milroe. Quarterback from Alabama, had 3,328 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 2 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the 68 Ventures Bowl, taking on the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we lose to Louisiana 43-36, but hey, we'll get him next year, champ. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year one stats. Ethan Hampton, 3,081 yards, 255 for 430, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks, 59% completion percentage. Rushing, Brown, 190 for 1,060, 15 touchdowns. Williams, 36 for 385, 4 tutties. Hampton, 59 for 224, 1 tutty. McElroy, 21 for 57, 1 tutty. Lewis, 8 for 50, 1 tutty. Thompson, 8 for 12. And Justice Lynch, 1 for 2. Receiving, Thompson, 56 for 792 with 5 tutties. McElroy, 55 for 739, 5 tutties. Grayson Barnes, 63 for 704, 7 tutties. Lewis, 35 for 477, 3 tutties. Brown, 17 for 127, 1 tutty. Jake, 12 for 101 with a tutty. Gavin Williams, 60 for 97, 3 tutties. Gardner, 1 for 26 with a tutty. Brock Lampy, 3 for 18 with a tutty. Defensively, Christian with 78 tackles, Jason with 77, Jaden Dolphin 68, 61 for Byard, 60 for Jacob, Banner with 58, 57 for Warren, 8. Tackles lost 4 for O'Malley, Furman with 3 along with Skyler and Rayshawn Thomas, 2 for Jason, 1 for Jaden Dolphin, Nate, Quinn, Kevin, and Ian Davis. Sacks, Skyler with 7, O'Malley with 5.5, 4.5 for Rashawn Thomas, Ivan Davis with 3, 2 for Cade, 1 for Christian, 1 for Jaden, 1 for Kevin. Byard with a half along with Muhammad. Interceptions, 8 by Nate, 5 by Jaden Dolphin, 4 by Byard. Jason with 2, 1 for Muhammad, 1 by Jacob, and 1 by Banner. Those are the year one stats. Let's get to year 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Ohio State, Oregon, 2 Big Ten schools meet in the national championship. But Ohio State comes on top 34-33. Paris Patterson Jr. committed. Derek Westcott committed. Max Reese committed. Davis Henson committed. Nasir Addison committed. Vin Simpkins, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 31st best class in the nation, best class in the MAC. We've got some talent. Maybe we can win the MAC next year. Let's try for that. Manny Spillman, committed. Thomas Gray, committed. Evan Aldrich, committed. Caleb Forrest, committed. Kasim Winey, committed. Sean Raquel, committed. Jerison Fascinani, committed. Alex Mangold, committed. Keyshawn Pettigrew, committed. Tori Kozer, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the MAC Championship this time, taking on the Akron Zip, and we're ranked 23rd. Let's go. Nick Nichols, committed. Terrence Dragano, committed. Evan Blunt, committed. Sal Duggan, committed. Vi Rich, commits. Emmanuel Mustard, committed. Marvin Shoka, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Heisman Trophy is Jalen Daniels, quarterback of the Oregon Ducks. He had 3,425 yards, 36 tutties, and 6 picks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the Cure Bowl, taking on the Troy Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, we fall 31-23. Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 2 stats. Ethan Hampton had 3,520 yards, 268 for 449, 27 tutties, 7 picks, 59% completion percentage. Reason why I'm holding my thumb now, we entered a game with him, and we simmed it, and I came in on the last game drive. He threw a pick to win it. This guy sucks, and he was getting sacked a bunch too. Simpkins, 181 for 770 yards, 7 tutties. Poe, 73 for 273, 4 tutties. Hampton, 75 for 210, 1 tutty. Chris Parker, 20 for 74, 1 tutty. Dane, 12 for 51. Benji, 3 for 17. Rochelle, 3 for 55. Lynch, 1 for 2. 2 for 2 for Garrett. He also had a touchdown. Receiving Benai at 78 for 1,206, 13 tutties. Chris Parker, 51 for 747, 5 tutties. Reese, 44 for 519, 5 tutties. Dane, 30 for 381, 4 tutties. Jake, 21 for 239. Thompson, 7 for 175. Simpkins, 20 for 143. Powell, 13 for 16. Rochelle, 2 for 19. Figure 2 for 15. Oh, tired. It's late, chat. It's late. Jake, 111 tackles. Brian, 78, 75 for Ty Miles. Muhammad with 66, 65 for Jacob Finley. Knighton with 63, 45 for Sesson. And Cam Correll with 40. Tackles for loss, Cam and Philip Lee with 9 apiece. 5 for Jelani Williams. 4 for Ty Miles. 3 for Muhammad. Kevin with 3. 2 for Jake. Brian McCoy with 1, along with Jacob and Knighton. Sacks, 9 by Philip Lee. 8 by Kevin. 7 by Williams. 5 by Cam, 3.5 by Jake, half sack by Ty Miles. Interceptions, 4 by Ty Miles, 3 by Jake. Jacob with 3, 2 for Philip Lee, and Knighton with 2, and 1 by Muhammad and Cyrus. We once again make the MAC. We got to make a push here in year 3. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Georgia, Alabama meet once again for the National Championship, but Georgia comes on top once again, 33-28. Jordan Buckley, committed. Matthew Bailey, committed. Joel Sly, committed. Jameer Benjamin, committed. TJ King, Montreal, committed. Tyrell Henry, committed. Everton Small, committed. Jordan Williams, committed. DeMarco Fat-In Ankun, committed. Jordan Tooney, committed. Micah Grant commits. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with a 37th best class in the nation, best in the MAC. I mean, we've got the talent. Let's go push to win a MAC title in year 3. Marcellus Simon, committed. Matt Davenport, committed. Glenn Strange commits. Dennis Pettis is committed. D'Angelo Williams, committed. Henry Slade, committed. And ladies and gentlemen, we once again made the MAC championship, taking on Ball State. And we are ranked 9, so we should make the playoff here. D'Angelo Matson, committed. Nolan Folk, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We finally have won the MAC. We should be on our way to the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Heisman Trophy winners, Avery Johnson, quarterback from Kansas State. He had 3,584 yards, 39 tutties, and 2 picks. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have made the playoffs here. Number 3, taking on the Ohio State. Ladies and gentlemen, we fall 42-21. We'll get them next year, though, champ. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 3 stats. Manny Spillman, 3,631 yards, 270 for 416, 30 touchdowns, 8 picks, 64% completion percentage. Rushing, Rochelle, 241 for 996, 10 tutties. Damn, 4 yards short of 1,000 yards. Manny Spillman, 102 for 291, 5 tutties. Durant, 41 for 165, 5 tutties. Benai, 22 for 106, 2 tutties. Dane, 8 for 71 tutty. Jake, 1 for 4. Henry, 5 for 3. Receiving, Henry, 85 for 1,378, 11 tutties. Benny, 45 for 635, 6 tutties. Dane, 34 for 566 tutties. RJ Chris, 47 for 503, 2 tutties. Jake, 18 for 185, 2 tutties. Rochelle, 26 for 184, 1 tutty. Williams, 6 for 108. Durant, 9 for 78, 2 tutties. Defensively, 89 tackles for Ethan, 85 for Jake. Matthew with 72, 71 for Jacob. Trey with 55, 51 for Jameer Benjamin, 47 for Knighton. Tackles for loss, Sanders with 8, 7 for TJ King, 5 for Cam, 4 for Jake, 2 for Knighton, 1 for Benjamin, Bradfield, Gray, Derek, and Reggie Jean. Sacks, 6.5 for Chandler. TJ with 6, 5 for Cam, 2 for Sanders. Jake with 2, 1 for Jean and David. And Emmett, half a sack for Benjamin. Interceptions, 4 for Trey Porter, 2 for Finley, 1 for Jake. And Ethan, we made the playoffs. Let's try to make it again in year 3. In year 4, it's Kansas State, USC, with USC coming on top, 42-30. Marco Westerman committed. Max Plummer committed. Jaden Davis committed. Spencer Dawkins committed. Logan Brantley committed. Sean Rose commits. Jordan King has committed. Chase Reagan committed. Dayton Howard committed. Kurt Liley committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the 30th best class in the nation. Hopefully we make the push here in the playoff. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the 30th best class in the nation. Best once again to MAC. Let's push for the playoffs again here in year 4. Angel Shaw committed. Ben McCracken committed. Ben Vildor committed. Mitch Lemon committed. Antoine Harper committed. Jeremy Gratz commits. Brian Foxworth committed. John Ruggins committed. John Riggins committed. Sucky Luck commits. Chip Sampson committed. Marvin Worley committed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2027 Heisman Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2027 Heisman Trophy winner is Rashawn Best, quarterback of Washington. He had 3,862 yards, 35 tutties, and 1 pick. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to Camila Bowl, taking on the UMass Minutemen. And ladies and gentlemen, we are the Camila Bowl champions of the world. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 4 stats. Manny Spillman, 3,144 yards, 236 for 340, 35 tutties, 5 picks, 69% completion percentage. Rushing, Rochelle, 195 for 915, 9 tutties. Spillman, 89 for 363, 3 tutties. Durant, 65 for 196, 6 tutties. Benji, 28 for 95, 2 tutties. Thomas, 9 for 28. George, 3 for 8. Rich, 4 for 5. Receiving, George, 72 for 1,139, 12 tutties. Benny, 44 for 687, 9 tutties. Chris, 46 for 513, 3 tutties. Thomas, 28 for 356, 8 tutties. Rochelle, 22 for 219, 1 tutty. Nichols, 8 for 84, 1 tutty. Durant, 9 for 65. Aldridge, 2 for 36. Rich Lewis, 2 for 24 with a tutty. Finger, 3 for 21. Defensively, Derek had 88 tackles. Caleb with 61, 55 for Jameer Benjamin. Nasir with 52, 52 for Ethan. 49 for Tooney, 46 for Chase. David with 41. Tackles for loss, 17 by Sergio. David with 10, 5 for Chuck. Derek with 4, 4 for Jordan Buckley. Emmett with 2, along with Chandler. 1 for KO for sacks, 8.5 for David, 6 for Jordan Buckley. Sergio with 2.5, 2 for Chuck and Emmett, 1.5 for Derek. Reggie Dean with 1, half sack for Terrence Mon. Interceptions, Addison with 6, 3 for Forrest. Regan with 3, 2 for Derek. Ethan with 2, 1 for Tooney. Obviously not playoffs this year, but we got to make a push year 4 off season. Let's go. Ahmed Ali commits. Ladies and gentlemen, your year 4 natty is Georgia versus NC State. They had a thriller of a game. 30-29 is your final. Tyrell Coward committed. Huge Payne commits. Willie Godacare committed. Curtis Jerry committed. Skylar Hart committed. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 14th best class in the nation, number 1 in the MAC. We've done our job. It's time to put it together and go win a natty in year 5. Ladies and gentlemen, you see this screen, auto recruiting goes on. Let's get to simming. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently 6-2 with losses to UCF and Missouri, respectable. At least we didn't lose to any of these scrubs. We got 4 games to go. I think we should be fine. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're currently number 11 in the nation. We have a MAC championship. If we win it, we may be able to get a bye, but if we win it, we should be in the playoffs solidified. So let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we are once again MAC champions. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, taking on the Oregon Ducks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Jerry's World. Will we be back here for the national title? That's yet to be determined. The NIU faithful, they are here. They're ecstatic. Spillman, their quarterback, leads them out of the tunnel. They never dreamed of getting a 5-star QB. They already upset Notre Dame in their lifetime. Can they see a national title? We're taking on Oregon. Oregon, no slouch. It's going to be tough. It's going to be fun. NIU faithful, You gotta believe. You believed when you beat Notre Dame. You gotta believe we can win a natty. So let's take care of business and get to the semis. Kurt Lilly with a 15-yard touchdown to give us a 7-0 lead to start. Let's go. Rich Lewis, 25-yard touchdown to give us a 14-3 lead. Kurt Lilly with a 50-yard touchdown to give us a 21-3 lead. It's not over till the fat lady sings, though. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a chance to go 28-3. First and goal from the 8. Rochelle gets 3. Second and goal now from the 5. Here we go. Rochelle again. Gonna fight for a yard. Third and goal from the 4 here. Here we go. Spillman. Right there. He finds Rochelle. Touchdown. NIU. 28-3. But again, it's not over till that fat lady sings. Come on, NIU. Get this job done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a shot to make it 35-3. Here we go, Rochelle. Direct snap, he's in. It's 35-3. I think it might be game over. And ladies and gentlemen, Oregon made it a little bit closer than it was, but NIU took care of the Oregon Ducks. They took care of business, and now we are on to the semis. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going out west to the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. This time we're taking on the number 1 Stanford Cardinal. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl trophy. We had to come out west. Stanford had a little bit shorter of a trip than we did. Now, we took care of Oregon pretty easily. Stanford, I don't think so. They're number 1 for a reason. They're going to be tough. They don't quit. They never give up. Unlike some people, they give up. Anyway, we just got to keep our foot on the gas, do what we did to Oregon, do it to Stanford, and keep our foot on the gas, and we can get to a natty. Come on, NIU. You got to believe. Let's do this. Let's go. 4th and inches. Here we go. We're going for it. Here we go. Rochelle, first down and more. Let's go. Let's go, Kurt Lilly. 28-yard touchdown to give us the lead. 10-0. 4th and 4 midfield. We are down 4. We are going for it here. Here we go. Spillman. Right there underneath to Trisp. First down. Let's go. Kurt Lilly with a 30-yard touchdown to give us the lead, 17-14. Let's go. Here we go. 3rd and 5. We're going to come in here. Try to get him out of field goal range here. When Jerry. Oh, 4th and 5. They are going to kick the field goal. Here we go. We're going to try to block it. Block it. Block it. Block it. Block it. Block it. It's down the shoe and we're going to overtime. We have 3 timeouts. 20 seconds ago. We can get this to overtime. No, we're not going to overtime. We might not be going to overtime, boys. Got to get it a little bit closer here. Oh my God! He's got it! Kurt Lilly, touchdown! Did he step out of bounds though? He did. Here we go. Stanford gets a touchdown. We just got a touchdown. We're going for 2 in the win. Here we go. 83 in motion. Go, 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 go. He's in. Yes. No. You piece of shit. You fucking ass clown piece of garbage. You fucking idiot, Everett Small. I cannot believe it. On a 2-point conversion, that cock wagon holds. 2nd and 9 here. Here we go. And our O-line can't block. All right, 39. Here we go. Oh my God, it was a red throw. I thought it was overthrow. First down. All right, we're moving the ball. We're at the 13 here. Come on. Spillman gets us to 1. First and goal. Here we go. Wildcat gets nowhere. Fuck. 2nd and goal here. Come on, get it in, boys. Get it in. He's in. Let's go. All right, here we go. Going for 2. Jet sweep. He can't get in. Fuck. Here we go. Stanford gets this. They win. If not, we lose. Here we go. We got to stop them. Force another overtime. Jerry, wide open, and that is all she wrote, folks. And our national championships are hope. Fuck this playbook. I'm gonna say it. No money play. We fucking that piece of shit hold. That motherfucker cost us. Fuck that guy. I don't care what anyone says. Everett Small cost us that game. Fuck him. We had the game won. We had the jet touch pass for the 2-point attempt to win. and he was holding on that play. Dick face, selfish piece of shit. I hope he's fucking crying in that locker room right now because fuck him. He cost the game. I also want to point out we did not have our money play, which is stick. The running back goes in the flat and the guy in the slant. That's what they basically, Stanford ran on us. They ran our money play. We didn't have that in our playbook. On the 2-point attempt, I was looking for jet touch pass again. Could not find it, so I ran jet sweep, and it didn't work. Anyway, it was just... It's Everett Small's fault. I can't believe it. We thought we had the game won, and Dick Face wants to hold it. It's his fault why I lost. It wasn't on me. It was on him. Anyway, if you have enjoyed, hit the like button, hit the sub button. When you guys like, subscribe, you guys motivate me to keep doing this. Takes 1 second hit like, 1 hit sub. If you already subscribed, it takes 1 second hit like. Guys, I want to get monetized this year. That's my goal. Please leave a comment down in the comment section. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Gets my video out there to more people. And with that being said, I hope you have a great day or have a great night, depending on when in this video. Unless you're Everett Small, I hope you have a shit day. I hope you step on a Lego. But if you are a subscriber or a loyal viewer on the channel, I hope you have a good day or have a great night. Anyway, I'm out of here. So have a good one, and I'm out. Peace.